Hello there. Welcome back. I think it is time for another talking video. And yeah, with what I would like to talk about today, well, as you can see from the title, you see the word words in it. Careful with our words. And yes, over time, I have been talking occasionally about words and actions and how we should be careful with what we are saying and what we are doing. And in this video, I would like to bring up a few points that I have not really talked about yet, and I think that they are very important. So I would like to bring up some more points today for everyone out there to remember and why we should be careful with our words. And I think about this because, yeah, in our world, we communicate with each other, and we can communicate through at least a few different ways. We can write a letter, type a letter, we can send an email, and we can also send messages to each other through Facebook and through our cell phones. There are ways to communicate through letters and social media messages, and also face to face conversations when we are actually talking and you can hear our voices. And well, you can do that over the telephone as well. You can actually talk to someone over the phone. And yeah, there are good conversations, but then there can be tense moments, big disagreements, where there can be some really nasty words that are said to other people, sometimes threatening words. And also, there are jokes that people like to make, and some jokes are good and clean cut, while other jokes are dirty and should be avoided. And I just think it is so important for us to be careful with our words, because we have the choice on what we want to say or not say to other people. We have that choice. And with jokes, we can stop and think to ourselves, is that a good joke to share? Or would that joke be something that is going too far? And maybe I should just bite my tongue and not say it. I should not say it. And also, with disagreements and arguments, it can happen where someone gets angry or upset with you, and they they might say some nasty things to you, or just things that are trying to provoke you into saying something nasty back to them. And it can be very wise to say nothing back, because if someone is saying to us, oh, I don't like what you said, oh, I don't like how you're not going to do this favor for me, or I don't like how you're standing up for yourself, well, sometimes we can leave it as simple as, no, I'm not going to do that, goodbye, I'll find other people I can hang out with. In person, we can always say that. And then over emails and text messages, it is different there, because with emails and text messages and Facebook messages, once somebody sends a message, then that message can be seen forever. It can be traced. And if someone is sending you a message where they are upset with you for some reason, then yeah, it can be very wise to say nothing back and just be silent with them and let that person get over it. Whatever the problem is, just let them get over it. Because, yeah, it can happen where someone sends you a message and then you respond back in a nasty way and the argument gets worse, and we'll say that it is a school situation where hypothetically someone is saying, I'm going to beat you up, and then you respond with, I'm going to beat you up. Well, that stuff can be shown to a teacher, and both people can get in trouble, whether you meant it or not. Once that message is sent, a threatening kind of message like that, then it can be shown to higher up people, and it can get people in trouble. And I recall how I think I saved myself some drama and anything related to that kind of problem. I saved myself the issue of someone sharing my messages to someone else because I was silent. A couple of years ago, when, well, with someone that I know, I told him, no, I'm not interested in doing this favor for you. I think that this is becoming one-sided where you are always asking me for favors. I'm feeling used. And I said no in a polite way. And then this guy sent me, about 5 text messages that were saying things like, you are a fake friend. Oh, you're just like this one guy that we know. You are no good. I remember those text messages. And maybe he was trying to provoke me, but I recall how I said nothing back. I said nothing back because I did not want to make the situation any worse. And I figured, yeah, just let him get over it. Or if he never gets over it, all right, I'll just find other people I can hang out with. But I said nothing because I did not want to send anything back which could have been rude in that kind of way and have that be shown to other people. I just said nothing. And it is very important for us in this day and age, the technology age, the internet age, where we need to be careful with what we are posting and sending as messages to other people. And there is a Bible verse that really speaks to me when I talk about this subject. It really speaks to me. And this is in Proverbs chapter 21, verse 23. And it says, those who are careful about what they say keep themselves out of trouble. Those who are careful about what they say keep themselves out of trouble. Proverbs 21, verse 23. That really speaks to me because, yeah, if we are careful about what we say, and if we can actually know when it is good to keep quiet and not say that bad joke, or if we just stay silent and not say angry things back, then that can really help us in a few situations. It really can. And of course, there can be times when we may have to have a serious conversation with someone or bring up a certain truth to someone. And if we are ever in that kind of situation, well, we can speak a certain kind of truth to someone in a calmer tone, and that just may help, opposed to yelling at people and making that conversation into something that is just full of tension, and it can lead to arguments and all of that stuff. We can choose to be calm when speaking a hard truth to someone. And if we are in person with other people who are giving us trouble, we can always just calmly and firmly say, no, I don't want any part of that. I'm going to walk away and find other people to hang out with. And if it ever gets bad enough, then we can always talk to a trusted friend or parent or teacher or anyone who may be able to help and diffuse the situation. Yeah, going to someone else that we know and hoping that we can diffuse the situation so we can prevent any further arguing and bad things that could be said. We want to prevent that before we permanently damage friendships or relationships. And we also want to prevent serious trouble, because we don't want any of these conversations where we are either speaking or sending messages. We don't want this to turn into the kind of problem where we get in big trouble at school or at work, or even with the higher up people who monitor the computers and cell phones. And when I bring that up, I recall someone that I knew in high school. I was close to him at the time in high school, not now, but there was a story that he told me how, one day, maybe when we were in 12th grade, this guy was messaging a girl, just someone that he knew. And I'm pretty sure he meant it as a joke, but this guy said something that was like a threat or a plot to do some kind of damage to a building, I guess, in the city. He said it as a joke. And at first, he did not think that anything bad would have happened by sending that message. But about a week later, there were some higher up people who appeared at his front door. It may have been a couple of FBI people or something like that, FBI or Secret Service, who showed up at this guy's front door, and they were questioning him about that message. Yeah. When I remember that story, I think about how we definitely want to be careful about what we are saying, especially on the internet, because we do live in a post 9/11 world, and we want things to be safe, and we do not want to make those kinds of jokes. We do not want to make those kind of jokes, which could lead to damaging buildings and hurting other people. And also, like I said, when it comes to messaging other people that we know, who we interact with, we want to be careful about what we are saying to them. We do not want to send anything threatening like, oh, I'm going to beat you up because you treated me so badly. And we do not want to send anything inappropriate to other people. No, we don't want to do that. We want to be careful with our words. And sometimes saying nothing can be wise. And if we have to, we can always take our issue with someone else to a trusted friend or parent or teacher or our boss. We can always take it to someone else and hope that they can diffuse the situation before it gets worse. You know, we want to handle things in the best way, and hopefully we can all say positive and uplifting things to other people. I hope that we can say positive and uplifting things to other people and be honest, and that we can speak the truth in a good and calm way. And like it says in Proverbs 21, verse 23, those who are careful about what they say keep themselves out of trouble. I hope that you can remember that with every conversation that you have with all of the people that you talk to. Just be careful with what you say and know when it is wise to keep quiet. If there is a joke that should not be said, or if someone is giving you trouble over the internet, knowing when to be quiet there and taking any problem to someone else who can help you. And hopefully they can help diffuse the situation. Okay? Okay. I hope that all of this has made sense, and I think that this is all I have to say about being careful with our words. I think I have made the points that I also wanted to share in one of these videos. And as always, this video will be in the Talking Videos playlist on the serious subjects. And I feel motivated right now to record one other talking video while I am here in Lakeside. So, yeah, thank you for listening, and stay tuned for some more videos, and I'll see y'all later really soon here on YouTube. Thank you.